So let's go to, so you could even do, I mean, you're kind of brainstorming now, but we can even imagine doing one like this, right? So do combination of this and the actual hoodie. So imagine this was a hoodie. That'd be quite cool, right? And then you can probably do them in silk, um, or cashmere or things like that. But a hoodie, right? So yeah, there's a lot of ideas there, I think, and the profit margin's usually pretty good. I mean, this looks like it could be a little bit more expensive, but there is opportunities to actually be able to do that. Yeah, T design, yeah, for sure. All right, so let's move on to the next one, which is cardigan. All right, so basically this is a beginner's kit, knitting kit for beginners. And a lot of the times when we kind of think about a particular product, we tend to leave the fact out that we can actually create things like kits, right? So you can actually create kits. So one thing is if you look at, remember a business called HelloFresh? I'm not sure if they're still around, where they basically send you just the ingredients of your shopping list or what you want to cook for dinner, and then you basically put it together. That was basically a kit, right? It was something that you had to do. And this is the same thing. So if you can put together a kit for anything in any niche or any hobby that people can actually basically entertain themselves, make things themselves, similar to STEM toys in the actual kids niche, where the kids have to put it all together and play with it. And I think that particular idea and model is a really, really good model. So also just their branding is also really, really super. I absolutely love it. I think they're an awesome job. Ah, yes, they're still around. Okay, awesome. Yeah, Hello Fresh. Yeah, think about that. I mean, all they really did was they just simplified it, right? They just put the ingredients together, put it in a box and give it to you. It's not really, it's how good's that? They're not really doing anything else. It's super, super cool. And again, you can actually apply this. And this could be done even in the pet niche. So if you think about maybe a knitting kit and you got the instructions on how to knit a sweater for your dog, for example, right? So you can actually get creative with these kind of things and have a look and see what other kits that you can actually create. Because if someone was doing that, let's say for a dog, for example, we know that people buy little dog jumpers and they probably buy dog socks and things like that. And you created a crochet kit for dogs to knit your own jumper. That can be pretty cool, right? And again, that's a completely unique idea. So a lot of the times when I'm actually having a look at all of this stuff, I'm also thinking what else it could actually be applied to and how we can actually apply it. Right. And I think that's a very important thing that needs to happen, right? And when you do that, when you kind of open up that space to your brain, you tend to get a lot of ideas on different things and how you could actually do that. Right. So we already know the crochet kit. It already exists, right? If you go, I'm sure there's suppliers that already have this and that already actually exist. You can put a different spin on it, do different branding, and away you go. And the reason why I kind of always mentioned a dog niche is because it's probably one of the easiest niches, I think, where you could actually get into, because there are so many people that, everyone loves their dogs, and there are so many groups on Facebook that specific breeds, and you can go in there and there's like thousands of people in there and you can kind of share your ideas. And so it's actually a very good niche to kind of get into, I feel. But with any niche, if you're looking at getting into the baby niche, for example, or the knitting niche, what I always recommend to everyone is to get on Facebook and just find those groups that are related to that particular niche, and then do some of your research in there and communicate with people in there. And then when you start your actual brand, you actually have you'll have your Facebook page, and then when you comment in there, people will see what you're actually doing. So there's always an easy way to do things, and that usually starts with knowing where your customers are, right? Once you know where they are, you hang out with them there, you create them a really cool, unique product, and away you go. Maybe I'm making it sound too easy today. All right, so this is another one. So pet living, there we go. What are the chances? Made in Italy, right? So again, going back to this European kind of manufacturers, I think it's going to boom the European market. I've been saying that for a little while now. I was really kind of focusing a lot on Vietnam 3 years ago. There's a small list of Vietnamese manufacturers in the back end of your Aussie online program, but the European manufacturing scene is going to explode. And one of the things that people always say is in Europe it's a lot more expensive. It's actually not more expensive. I definitely know that for a fact. They're about the same price as China. And the reason why is if you actually look at what people are actually getting paid in China, I think in China they're getting paid around about $1,400 a month on average now. So the wages in China have gone up dramatically in the last 4 years, 3 to 4 years, where in Europe, people are still getting paid around about 800 or 900 euros. So it's about on par, right? It's hard to believe, I know, but it's actually about on par what people get paid. So, and if you're selling a product in the US, well, and you get it made in, say, Portugal, well, it's only 7 hours up the road to New York, right? So it's not that far away. So you got less lead times, less shipping costs, all that jazz. Louis Vuitton. Ah, cool. Awesome, Graham. Yeah, sounds cool. Yeah, so have a look at these fashionable products for dogs made in Italy. Again, if you're kind of looking at a product like this and a product like this isn't in Australia, we all know people love dogs. We all know that, there's millions of dogs in Australia. We all know that people buy them dog beds. Yeah, it could be an interesting idea, right? Idea. And that's kind of really what this Empower Hour call about, is about to give you guys some ideas, get you guys to actually think a little bit differently in terms of how to actually build your business or get creative ideas on how you can actually take your business really to the next level. I mean, how cool is this bed, right? That's so cool. I'm definitely sure there's a market for it. Actually, there's what 30 people on the call, including myself. Who here actually has a dog? Out of curiosity, can you just put yes or no? All right, so we have around about what, 9 or 10, including myself, 10. So there you go, 33% of us have a dog, right, on this call. So, and if you think about Australia, it's actually a lot more than that. But again, I think we all have dogs, right? We all love our dogs a bit. So there's going to be more and more, I think, dog products that are going to come out. And then I think the niche is still kind of very, very open for anyone to actually come into it. And I feel like that about every single niche. I think it's just about coming in there with a different idea, being a little bit creative and marketing that. And you don't have to do thousands of products, right? You only need to focus on that one or two products. That's kind of what I truly believe in. But it's a really, really cool bed.